Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to push a little higher at the moment, made a marginally higher high after yesterday's update. That, however, doesn't really, well, it doesn't change the analysis at all. Okay, so we're still watching for at least, well, I would like to see one more 4-5 pattern on this chart in the current correction. So let me take you through the scenarios and potentials on the chart here and what the relevant parameters are. First of all, it's important to realize that we are most likely still in a wave 4 correction. Okay, such a wave 4 can take all sorts of shapes and sizes, triangles, flat corrections, zigzags, complex corrections, combinations, whatever. My interpretation is that we're forming here a so-called flat correction in which an A wave completed. That was the low that was formed on the 20th of March. The B wave is currently unfolding. I have added the resistance area to the chart. It's quite large. That's normal in B waves, especially in flat corrections. We have to consider the entire resistance area, because B waves can overshoot. But in parallel, we're tracking the microstructures to get an understanding of when the top could be in. At the moment, there is no sign that a top is in, so we need to keep the door open to possibly higher prices, maybe in the 73 to 75K range. And then, as soon as the B wave is topped, the C wave to the downside should send us into the orange support zone again. Depending on how high the B wave goes, the C wave might not go deep into support, or it might only touch it. It might end in the region of the previous wave A low, which was the 23.6 FIB level, okay? So even though the 38.2 FIB level is typically considered the ideal target for a fourth wave, there's no guarantee we will get there. It depends on how high the wave B goes, okay? So, for example, the B wave can even overshoot, which means it could even break above the third wave high. I've tried to warn everybody about that and also posted it was more than a week ago that this B wave is expected to be aggressive, especially on the ETH chart. And probably they're both doing something similar there at the moment. So that's all going okay at the moment. And as I said, we're tracking the micro to understand when a top has formed. At the moment, no top has formed. And it is recommended to not get bearish. I'm talking about short-term bearish because we're still overall in a bullish scenario. So I don't really like to use the term like bearish bullish because, bearish, well, we're looking for pullbacks, right, into a support area. So still overall bullish. But yeah, I would not get bearish, if you know what I mean, until we break below support. Let's get the market to tell us when a top is formed, because the support area is clearly defined. That's what the analysis can do, right? Define the micro support, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And as soon as it breaks, that wave B in yellow might have topped. But because of the alternative scenario, which I explained to you in yesterday's video, which is a 5-wave move up that could form from here, but only in a diagonal pattern, we don't want to get, let's say, bearish before we have a break of support. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the bullish count. And it could take us into the 80K plus region. Yeah, that's valid. And therefore, I mentioned yesterday, it might be reasonable because of the risk, which is now quite high. Yeah, because we're so far away from that larger support zone. To anybody who maybe accumulated here, or we had this pullback here, which was also a support zone that we offer. So you can maybe look for entries. I mean, we don't tell you to buy there, but if we have a price in a support region, you might enter a pullback trade, if that fits your strategy and risk profile. But anybody who did that, it might be worth thinking about taking at least some partial profits due to the risk, and then just, but not obviously selling a core position necessarily. Now you have to decide that, but I think partial profit taking of positions that were entered down here, not a bad idea. So the idea is that we are, probably still pushing a little higher here on the Bitcoin chart. If we say that we are now in wave C of B, A, B, C in wave B, then the C wave should be a 5-wave move. We likely completed a wave 1, a wave 2. The wave 3 is currently probably still in the making. Maybe it might reach 71,850 or 72,150. But I'm very much watching now for a wave 4 to occur at some point. So we had a small dip yesterday. It looked already as if maybe wave 4 started, but then we did not quite, I think we touched actually we didn't quite touch the support area. it's now giving us another extension. So again, as long as support is holding, the focus can be on higher. We need a break below micro support to suggest that the B wave has topped, and we need to get the price to touch or at least move into the orange support region to confirm wave 4 has started. And support is between 66,680 and 69,614 now. And one more high in wave 5 is currently expected. And it can still send us into the 73K region maybe. So that's sort of what how I see Bitcoin at the moment. Yep, if something more bullish unfolds from here, then it needs to hold a higher low after these 3 waves are completed. Then we can look at, okay, maybe a 4th wave and a 5th wave. I will offer support, but it won't be a high probability trade setup. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.